fucking game.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show. The hodgepodge of nothingness. I keep seeing that. The hodgepodge of nothingness. I'm ruining the pun. Jeez. Part of Pittsburgh Baseball Now. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we got Tyler Sweeney. Tyler, we got another Pirates loss. 4-0 today to the Blue Jays. How you doing, buddy?
It's been a busy day, man.
A lot of NHL for you?
No, I have not touched the video game system yet today. Work, getting cable hooked up. It's getting delivered tomorrow. Going to a high school football game, so I've caught bits and pieces of this one. Just a busy day. I mean, I bought a PS5, and I know we're not talking about the game right now, and I don't know if anyone wants to talk about the Pirates, but bought a PS5. I'm waiting to get a gaming chair. I just haven't decided how I want to do this. I don't know what setup I want to go with. So I moved my chair from up here down there so I can sit close to the TV because I'm blind and I'm getting old. And then I remembered I have to be on a podcast. So I had to grab a lawn chair, and that is what I'm currently sitting in.
Because you're sitting on a lawn chair?
It's easier to carry up steps than my big old desk chair.
You are a new homeowner.
I've just got shit everywhere.
Well, sounds like the Pirates roster, if you ask me.
Oh. It's a good segue right there.
Yeah. 4-0 the Pirates lost today. Albeit, so I gotta say, the game is probably closer than what it needed to be at 4-0. I mean, the Pirates offense was again non-existent. I think really the story today to really talk about. I mean, we know the Quintana trade happened. It was to the Cardinals. We weren't expecting a whole lot, right? Got a pitcher back. Pitcher was Johan Oviedo. That's who pitched today. I think a lot of us at the trade deadline when it happened thought, okay, here's a reliever, and don't bother starting him. Just don't ruin him. Keep him as a reliever and let him go. Now today was the first time you got to see him in action. I don't think he did a whole lot to dust the reliever take off of him. I mean, the first inning was outstanding. 3 up, 3 down, all by strikeout. Second inning, he definitely struggled. He started to miss the strike zone. 11 balls in a row he threw. But overall, I gotta say, I left this watching his 3 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Actually very encouraged by him.
Encouraged how?
Encouraged in the sense that the dude can be nasty.
Okay.
And I don't know what he's going to be. Probably more on the reliever side. But for an organization, I think that lacks nasty dudes. I mean, I don't know. There's not a whole lot in the rotation to finish the season with anyways. I don't think it's going to harm right now to keep him in the rotation. But I left encouraged that this dude's got some stuff. And if he's not a starter, I think he has all the tools just in this start alone that he can be a pretty nasty reliever.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair way to put it. I think if you watch it, you obviously can see that the stuff plays at the major league level by far. And we saw that when he was with the Cardinals as well. The numbers show it. I don't know that I would be enthusiastic about him being in the rotation. He definitely looks more like a reliever type, but once again, I keep going back to this example. He's not a Tyler Beatty. And we saw what Tyler Beatty is tonight. There's stuff there to use. He's going to be useful in a role. and it's probably going to be in the bullpen. I'd rather just put him there now, but at this point, who cares? I think he showed tonight, certainly, that he's going to be a good, capable major league reliever.
I agree with all of that. And I just feel as if this was a winning organization, he's in the bullpen. But not only is this a losing organization right now, this is also one that basically has 3 starters in the rotation.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that being said, he's going to get the opportunities. And I kind of look at this sense of why not? That's just where I'm at. Like, does it need to be Tyler Beatty? No. If I had to choose between them, like, give me this guy. At least there's potential with him. Because again, like with the stuff he had, and he has pitches. It's not as if he just has like 2 pitch mix. I mean, the dude's got some pitches, and all of them look pretty good. So I look at it this way: it's like he at least has some upside to him. If there's one that's going to figure it out, I would rather let it be him and not Tyler Beatty, who's not going to figure it out, obviously. So it's like I'm okay with him being in the rotation right now. It's probably not going to feel much going into next year. I think he'll also like be given an opportunity. Again, because of the lack of enthusiasm of starters in this organization, right? I mean, who's really taking the reins to be a starter next year? I mean, Mitch Keller, Brubaker, and Romansy. And like after that, it's wide open. And if this team doesn't go out and get anybody, I mean, I think he should be given a fair shot to. Doesn't mean he's going to be good at it, but that's where I'm at. Like, why not him until he like truly proves us he's not?
I don't disagree. It's almost like reminiscent of Juan Nicasio, where we all know what he is.
Yeah.
We might see the flashes here and there.
I guess my only drawback is at least Juan Nicasio was like an established major leaguer.
Yeah, but we all knew he was a reliever.
Yes.
Everyone knew he was a reliever.
That's spring training, though.
But they were just testing the wall. Let's see if there's something else there with him.
Right.
Everyone knows he's a reliever, but I don't blame him for trying, I guess, because you can always fall back on the bullpen. It's hard to go from a reliever to a starter role. There's just, I think, way more value in him being a very good bullpen arm rather than being a middle-of-the-road starter. And middle of the road might be generous.
It might be very generous. I agree. I agree. And again, it's just the state of the organization at this point in time. That's really all it is. That's why on the Cardinals organization, he was a reliever, and there's probably no question about it. But coming over to Pirates, when you have the hodgepodge of nothingness, and, again, the way this rotation is set up right now, you're going to give him every opportunity because obviously there's a lot more value in being a quality starter than a quality reliever. So you're going to give him his chance. And if he fails, I think we're on the same page here. If he does fail, which it's likely he will, it's still going to be pretty exciting, I feel, because dude's sick.
Yeah, and at the very least, you're keeping him on a regulated schedule. There's no point in Derek Shelton will burn him in the bullpen because he burns everybody. So I guess it's okay that he can be on a schedule rather than just blow his arm out now when they suck.
Right.
So I guess that's a step.
Yep. Other thing too, I mean, the guy lasted 3 innings, which, I mean, he's ramping up. Like, to his credit, no one was expecting him to.
I'm glad Ronesy had to go down to ramp up, though.
Well, he had to go down too, and he's ramping up 3, 2, 2, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It wasn't like anything egregious. Yeah. But anyways, he was ramping up. And here's the thing. No one's expecting him to go out like they'll probably pitch like 5+ innings and such, right? But he lasts only 3. It took him 77 pitches to get those 3. It's not as if he was efficient. Now, he had a lot of battles today. Like, I'll say that. I mean, I think there was like 4 full counts he had where like there was also like 5 foul tips and 5 balls in the at bat. Like, it was just kept going back and forth in the battle, which, I mean, again, was like also encouraging because these Blue Jays hitters, which is a very good lineup, by the way, just wasn't getting him.
Yeah, I mean, strikeouts were there, 4 in 3 innings. The walks are concerning because, like I said, he's probably a reliever. But the stuff plays at a major league level. He's just kind of, we're it's like watching just something you know is going to happen, but we got to just go through it and deal with it.
That's perfect.
we know he's a reliever, but we got to just watch him try to be a starter and deal with it. It's like the middle seasons of a really good show that are pretty slow, and you're like, "Yeah, let's just get through this so we can get to season 6."
We're just trying to get to season 6, man. We've been trying for a while now. This is a very slow chapter in this saga.
Like I'm just gonna play on my phone while this happens, and I can't skip this episode, but because there's gonna be some important stuff. But
yeah,
sometime I'm gonna get to the exciting stuff.
This is the season where you start pulling out Fangraphs, start looking at pirate stuff.
Pretty much.
I got a podcast tomorrow. I got to catch up on things. Right. That's pretty much what it is. And I'm with you. I think ultimately he's probably going to be a reliever. But again, watching him tonight, I came away, was like, wow, you know what? I'm excited for this kid. In one way or another, I feel like he's going to be a big part of the next winning team, whatever that might be. And at whatever position he might be in, again, probably a reliever, but I think he'll be a big part of this bullpen, just seeing what he's got.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, obviously, but
obviously you kind of hope so. Like, you need him to for that trade.
Yeah, I'm still just kind of peeved by the fact that this team has to acquire relievers by trading actual useful pieces.
Right. All right. So Oviedo looked really good.
The other Oviedo they had before looked really good at times too.
Okay. Touche.
He had major league caliber stuff as well.
It was one game. And honestly, like I put out there for the tweet today. I was like, it's okay, it's just one inning. But that one inning was really, really good. And that's how I look at this. Like, it's just 3 innings. It was one, air quotes, start. I mean, there was certainly things like take away, like, again, like we talked about, the 3 walks isn't encouraging. Like he that second inning was like pretty much a disaster. He escaped. But again, walking away from this, very encouraged by what he's got. I'm very intrigued by him now the rest of the year. Definitely, like, now he's in the majors. He made the start. I want to see every time he pitches.
Yeah.
So he escaped. He did his job. 3 innings, 0 earned runs. It is what it is. He did his job. So Tyler Beatty comes in to take over. Immediately hit. It was not Tyler Beatty's night, as per usual. He goes 3 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, only 1 strikeout. Very Tyler Beatty-ish.
Tyler Beatty doesn't have a major league job if he's not a first-round pick. He doesn't make it through the minors. He's there on pedigree alone.
I would say you're correct. I mean, once the Giants DFA'd him because he was a first rounder, was basically why Charrington picked him up.
I don't think he even makes it to the Giants major league roster if he's not a first-round pick. If he does, he's a reliever at best, and it takes a while.
Yeah. I mean,
he
has
has
argument
nothing to show.
All I was alluding to is, you know how Charrington just loves first rounders.
Yeah.
So that's the
thing. Or former top 100 prospects.
Or that, yes, Anthony Alford. So, like, because he was a first rounder, like you're saying, that's why Charrington got him. Like, when the Giants DFA'd him, he's probably just DFA'd at this point in time. I mean, maybe the minors, right, through the Giants organization still. But I don't think Charrington picks him up because he's got that first round title to his name. But he certainly, to his credit, when he got over here, he went into the bullpen. He certainly was holding his own, right? We look at the ERA. I mean, he was effective to that degree. There were certainly some reservations about him, but the ERA was there. He was doing his job, and this is a bullpen starving for production. But it's gone now.
No, he's bad.
It's gone.
He's not good. He's not a major league caliber pitcher. He has nothing other than a good velocity fastball and bad off-speed stuff. He's not a good pitcher. He's out of baseball if the Pirates don't pick him up. If the Pirates DFA him, it's not out of baseball. He's out of Major League Baseball. Then he's going to have a long trek back.
Sorry, Walt.
He's probably pitching in Mexico.
You know what else he has? A very bad shoe game. I mean, he might as well come out here in a black Air Forces. I mean, it was just, those shoes were horrendous. The shoes matched the game.
It's just bad, dude. Like, I don't understand how he can keep his spot, but this team still employs Josh Van Meter, so I guess I
Yeah.
can.
Well, that part, and then again, I mean, just this bullpen is just so bad. It's not like there's a whole lot below to call up.
I don't get how you can build a bad bullpen. It's not that hard. Like, Neil Huntington did this in his sleep. He built effective bullpens. He might have built a terrible major league ball club, but his bullpen could hold it down. Ben Cherington can't build shit so far. Like, at least give us a bullpen that can just eat a few innings and not, like, kill your team.
Well, they're eating innings. It's just they're also killing themselves in doing it. They're self-imploding.
But they're not killing themselves enough so that they get DFA'd.
No, just the good ones are killing themselves.
Like, yeah, they're killing
Going
the Will
on the
Crills
IL.
and the David Bednars of the world. Instead, we got Johan Ramirez going out there and giving up 18 runs.
Yeah. Speaking of Johan, he was in here again today. It was a 2-0 game. I mean, I guess we'll move on, right? BD did his job of 3 innings, 2 earned runs. Is a 2-0 game. Sure. And again, like against this team, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting 2-0 with Oviedo starting. But Chase DeYoung comes in, and like Chase DeYoung does Chase DeYoung things.
He looked like this was the perfect Chase DeYoung outing.
It was. The first inning, he was effective. 1, 2, 3 done. Right? It was a 1, 2, 3, wasn't it? The first inning?
I believe so. Second inning got ugly.
Bases loaded, 2 hits, a walk. I'm sorry, 2 walks and a hit. Bases loaded. He gets out of a jam. He gets out of a jam. Bases loaded. He looked like Chase DeYoung. 1 strikeout.
Yeah, and he got out of a jam against like the meat of the order.
Yeah. And you know what he did? He lowered his ERA to a 1.88.
Yeah, it was the typical Chase DeYoung start where when I talk about dancing through raindrops, he was dancing through a thunderstorm.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
You know what? I'm just going to let the bad hitters up, get on base, and George Springer chases high fastball.
But again, like it's to his credit, you know, for most of the season, we're dumbfounded. I've been giving him a little more credit recently. Like recently, he's been showing more things, I think. Like he's been striking out more. But tonight wasn't that game. And tonight, though, he lowers his ERA some more, 1.88 on the season. Yeah. Like I don't know what to make of Chase DeYoung. Like again, he solidified his spot on this team for next year based on this season so far, what he's done. And obviously based on what else is out there for the bullpen. But I'm just like, I still just feel like buyer beware next season. Like if Chase DeYoung has like a 5 ERA next year, at this point in time, I'm not shocked by any means.
No, Chase DeYoung is the perfect guy to point to that he's on the team next year, and by May, he's going to have a 6 ERA and he's going to get DFA'd.
Very well, could be. Absolutely.
Because he is the reliever volatility like picture in the dictionary.
Picture in the dictionary. But like on top of that too, again, like I just have to, I hate to bash, especially on this team, I hate to bash someone who's actually putting up numbers and helping this ball club. So like the reason we say this is for that, like what he's doing, I don't trust. And heading into next year, I wouldn't trust it either. Don't count on Chase DeYoung for 2023 being a big part of this bullpen. But he has really helped and saved this bullpen this year. I mean, he is producing. He's going multiple innings. He's that guy that you're talking about.
He's been very necessary for this team.
Yes, he has.
Like, I don't want to make it come off like we're unappreciative of what he's done, because he's probably saved David Bednar and Will Crow a lot of innings. But there comes a time where you just got to shake his hand and wish him farewell, because he's not that good. We know it. If he can maybe be a long reliever with a 4 ERA, I'll take it, but probably not.
I would take that. because I mean, like he's not a high leverage guy. You know, you're going to need those guys that can eat innings in the bullpen.
Problem is they have so many of those guys that are long relievers.
Right. Well, every one of their guys are
Who
created to be long relievers.
They really are, and guys who haven't thrown as many innings as he's had to.
Right. Yep. So again, Chase Young did his job, and then we talked about Ramirez. Yeah, Ramirez closes it out. That last inning, it was 2-0. He makes it 4-0. Gives up the hit, the walk, 2 strikeouts, home run. And that was just right. Oh, man. Bo Bichette just murdered that baseball. That was right there for Bichette. He just got all of it, sent it to left field. Marcano didn't know where the wall was. I almost feel like, listen, like this is for the same reasons, like I don't bash Chavis at first base when the occasional mistake he's made over there. Like Marcano isn't really an outfielder, but he does really well there. But like, I'm not going to fault him for that. But yeah, he like just ran into the wall. Didn't really realize where it was at. But I felt like he probably had a chance of that if he had his awareness up and knew where the wall was.
I mean, the Pirates are playing literally everywhere. Every player, everywhere they shouldn't be. So I just can't even get mad at anyone anymore because this entire roster is filled with guys playing positions they don't play.
Yep.
And like Marcano's played a decent outfield. It's a long walk for a short drink of water, but yeah, I agree with the Chavis comparison where if Marcano struggles out there, I can live with it because he's done so well. Like he's been very good defensively, and I think every metric shows it. And it's not his position, so I'm not as harsh on him as I would be. Let's bring him back up, Josh Van Meter.
Right. Now, it's not that we're bashing him, right? We're just highlighting the play that was out there in the outfield that, again, his lack of awareness.
Yeah, and it's not a what we saw with like a Cal Mitchell where he was struggling a bit in right field, but he's an outfielder. It's Marcano. Right. He's played pretty well. Brian Reynolds is all the time. He's looked bad out in center field sometimes.
He has. This is wrapping up to the other thing I'm going to talk about. So I felt like the story was Oviedo, but the other thing that happened today, and this will tie Marcano in that part too, was this team was really, really good defensively. So, and this is how we're going to tie Marcano. Marcano did make that play, but again, like I'm not going to put blame on him for that. But the play that he did make when I was Bichette again, when Bichette tried to make that double, stretch out to a double, and Marcano just gunned him down, threw to O'Neill, perfect throw. O'Neill just caught it, went right into the tag, and got out Bichette. Great defensive play by Marcano. I mean, he shortened up that play. Great footwork. The throw was on point. It was strong. So, like you're talking about, like he's not an outfielder, but he does really good things. And like every metric you're saying, like shows he's good. Like he has been a positive defender out there. That's why, like, I'm very encouraged by him defensively. We made the comparisons before the season, like he's a Cole Tucker light, and I think again, like it's not a light.
A little harsh.
It was very harsh, but it's not that far other than play off. And that's what I'm alluding to. Like, it's not that far off, though. He's a Cole Tucker platinum.
The Pirates were trying to make Cole Tucker into Marcano light.
That's the best way of putting it. Because Marcano cannot play
short. He can play shortstop. Not Cole Tucker play a very good shortstop. Marcano probably does not play it at that level, but Marcano plays everywhere else very, very well.
Correct.
And they both hit like shit.
There you go. That's literally it. That's literally it. Marcano, a better bat that doesn't say much. It's not like the floor was that high to begin with to beat so. But yes, he actually can play multiple positions pretty effectively, where Tucker couldn't. So, but again, highlight that play. Also, so we talk about O'Neill, on the receiving end of that double play.
Hold it real quick. I was not home for the 5th inning. I just watched that Marcano highlight. That is phenomenal. That is terrific defense.
That's
what you said with the footwork. Just everything about that is fantastic.
It was
tremendous. That's as good as a play as the left fielder can make out there.
And that's why I want to say that.
Like on a dime.
Yes. Like there was a lot of good defensive plays, and I wanted to make sure we highlight that one because the one that everyone's going to remember, of course, is the home run and he runs into the wall. But again, he's not an actual outfielder. Whatever. That play though, by a non-outfielder, great play.
That's a terrific play that he made. Speaking of, I would like to touch on the other outfielder that has been recently called up.
Jack
What do we
Sawinski?
think? What do we think about Sawinski? Because they did go into a little in-depth thing about him and his swing changes. And what do you think of what we've seen from Sawinski since he's been back?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I don't know.
I think that's absolutely fair. They highlighted, well, Fort and Bob Walk highlighted that the leg kick's gone, this, that, the other. The thing I like about it slightly, and I love a leg kick. I'll tell you all day, I love the Asian baseball player leg kick.
Yes,
I absolutely
right to
love
Jung
it.
Ho.
I really do love it. I think it gets you on time.
And then
all
Otani
that.
when he added it.
I don't hate it, the change with Sawinski, because he seems like he's doing it the right way. He's not foot down early. He had better at bats tonight. I kind of want to let him just become what he's going to become, because you don't find a guy with that kind of power that often. And I know we had this discussion where you didn't think he had any power.
Stop it, man. I mean, first off, any power, that's not what I said.
But I don't mind tweaking it a little bit. Maybe he doesn't need the extreme leg kick. He does seem to still be on a good pace with it. He's just not as extreme. Obviously, it didn't seem like it was working in AAA because he was striking out 40% of the time. So I'm with you. I'd like to see a little more, but I'm encouraged by at least his approaches today. He wasn't so pull happy. So just a whole lot. My whole thing is a hodgepodge of nothingness here. I know, but I'm a little bit encouraged, maybe, I guess. But I could also be discouraged in like a week.
And that's why I'm just indifferent, because I mean, if like there's one thing you know about me, if there's a physical change or something, like I'll buy into things, right? Like, I mean, obviously when someone's going on this hot streak and they're batting 600, I mean, we all know baseball's streaks, right? You have your ups, you have your downs, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But like if someone physically changes something and they go on this hot streak, well, there's a fundamental change in what they're doing. So now I'm intrigued by it, right? It's more, to me, it's more than just they're hot. So with him doing this, I mean, it's just been a few games. And like you said, the other thing too is, had he been performing in AAA, I might be intrigued too. But when he went down to AAA, he was still struggling. I mean, he's really been struggling up until this point, and it's only been a few games. And I'm not going to say he's not struggling now because he had 2 hits tonight. But like I
don't know when that change happened.
Right. We don't know if it was like in the middle of it, but like that's the thing too. I also, when you're struggling that much, you're probably going to try different things. Yeah. And like you're saying, like, I don't fault him for doing it, and maybe it's going to help him. I don't know, but I'm just chilling right now. Let me see a little bit out of him before I start really getting intrigued outside of just a few games.
Yeah. Guys tinker with their swings all the time.
Right.
Like they change every day almost. Josh Bell changed once every 2 games.
He changed every at bat.
Yeah. It was very frustrating.
Right. I forgot about that to a degree. Yeah, it's a great example. Josh Bell, geez.
Well, they brought him up on the podcast. I'm not taking credit. Or on the podcast, on the broadcast.
Oh, I didn't even hear that then.
Yeah, they brought back up the Tinkerbell.
Ford does like to call him Tinkerbell too.
That dude changed his swing. Like, literally every at bat.
Right.
If he struck out, it was different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I do like the leg kick. I do kind of like what I see from him tonight. 40% strikeout rate in AAA is just kind of holding me back here.
So let me bring this up too. Okay. Like the biggest takeaway I felt like we were talking about with Swinsky when he first got called up, because the numbers like really weren't good when he first came, right? But we just kept saying, like, listen, the numbers aren't there, but he looks like he belongs. Like every at bat was good. It's not like he was coming up here and just like flailing away and just swinging and missing. Like he wouldn't have this 40% strike. You know what I mean? Like he actually looked good. So somewhere that was lost, right? I mean, that's why he got sent down. And then obviously when he got sent down, he was still doing it there. So like the thing I don't hate about this also is, I mean, it seems like he's got the skill set. So with a leg kick, right? We talk about timing. I mean, maybe it was the timing issue. I don't hate the leg kick is being there, right? I mean, we see a lot of guys go to leg kick and it helps them out and such. So it's like one of those things too. Like maybe this will help him, but he's got to adjust to it. You know, it takes some time and such. So like I don't hate, like you're saying, the approach in doing it. I don't know where I'm going with that. Also, maybe it's another hodgepodge.
I mean, honestly,
but I think I'm just kind of agreeing with you. Like I also do like the leg kicks. It seems like, I mean, a timing.
Yeah.
Really helps.
I mean, he still does have a leg kick. I think the big thing I'm getting to is that I really just need a beat writer to ask him when he added that. And I just need more information on this whole thing before I make a decision.
You sound like me and Mitch Keller.
Like, I just need somebody to ask him about this leg kick. So do me a favor, and if anybody has any beat writer contacts, ask him about this whole leg kick thing, and then I can make my final decision on whether I like it or not.
We'll get that for you, Ty.
That's all I want to know, because if he did it recently, actually, if he even did it at the beginning, trying to make an adjustment to something, and then something else happened, I just want to know.
Right.
I need to know when this happened, and then I'll make my decision on whether I like it or not. Actually, I kind of do like it, but still, I want to know more.
Sounds good.
I just got to know before I endorse Jack Sawinski going forward.
All right. We'll get that answer for you. We'll have our determination here.
Can we go play NHL yet?
Yes, we will be playing Shell soon.
Thank God.
So I guess, again, the other thing I wanted to highlight was, again, defensively, like this club made some really good plays. We talked about Marcano. Let's talk about O'Neal Cruz once again, making a hell of a play at short to get out of the inning that prevented a run from scoring. He's going fading away, gets a great defensive play to begin with, and then his arm comes into place. Because again, Tyler, right? It doesn't matter. I don't want to hear about how hard you throw. That doesn't mean anything, except that it created an out because he got the ball very, very quickly as he's falling backwards to Chavis, who also, once again, I mean, Chavis is a small dude. And that's like one of the things that hinders him being like a really, really good first baseman, opposed to also not being a first baseman. But my God, like the dude, he stretches so great. I mean, like how many times he stretches for these baseballs, and he's got to, because like he doesn't have a reach, you know. But like, holy hell, the combination between, it's not like Chavis bailed him out. It was a good throw, regardless. But like the combination of the throw made, and then Chavis stretching for that ball to make that out as soon as possible, like just hell of a play. That combo, oh my God. This is why you have Chavis every day at first base.
Yeah, they have to. There's no reason not to start him at first base. He's too good there defensively, and you have another option. Also, it comes full circle with O'Neal Cruz, where he's going to be frustrating, but that's because he gets the baseballs that nobody else gets to. And I know the metrics right now probably show him average, but I really do think at the end of the day, if you give him a full season, he's not great defensively, but he's going to be at least capable.
So what you're saying is he's a shortstop?
Pretty much for now. I don't think he stays there long, but I think for now he's there.
Okay. That's all I needed here. That's all I need here. For everyone else that was like talking ish and sending the numbers.
He's fielding balls literally. And if he drops a baseball in left field, that's not O'Neal Cruz's problem that the left fielder can't get to the ball, because he's like fielding the ball 20 feet from the fence because nobody else was to call him off, or Kevin Newman's just hanging out.
Again, I just want to point out, yes, we see the errors, but like when you point out numbers and say, "Oh, he's not that good," look, he ranks here. That's average. That means he's a shortstop. So thank you.
Yeah, like he does. He can get the balls that not many else can.
Yes, but I want to move off from that. So another really, really, really good play, and I'm talking about this just defensively and athleticism. Rodolfo Castro made a hell of a play at second base, getting to a baseball that really should have went to the outfield and been Brian Reynolds. Now, mind you, he should have just ate it. He threw it to first. If he would have thrown it bad, that would have scored a run. But defensively, like getting to that baseball, he came out of nowhere. I mean, he wasn't even on the screen, and then he entered the screen and got the baseball. And like, I just want to highlight again that too. This is like Rodolfo Castro in a nutshell. He hasn't had too many of those plays in a while, but he got to that baseball. Phenomenal athleticism to get to it. And then, like, basically the runner was already at first, and he decided to throw it. So
I'll let you speak to that. I was a little bit tied up at that point. I did not see that.
Yeah. So again, there was that. And I know ultimately it wasn't like a great play, but he got to the baseball it shouldn't have. And then Brian Reynolds made a really, really good play in the outfield today, diving catch. And then Brian Hayes, once again, made a great play going to the baseline. Got the ball. You were going to say once again, threw it to Chavis. Well, he also did that. But before he got hurt, he made a really, really good defensive play that Chavis is once again involved in. So, like, defensively, this team had a really, really good game. So I want to highlight that. And Heineman threw out a base runner.
Should have threw out two if Rodolfo Castro should have tagged down.
So, back to Castro. That's what he gives you.
He just tagged the dirt. But seriously, the Pirates do have a very athletic infield right now. If they play the correct people. But their infield is very athletic when everyone's healthy and playing.
That's why
it's not great hitting wise, but they're athletic.
It's why like I'm more and more encouraged and like really, really want to see Rodolfo Castro pan out, because what he can present is everything you spoke of. Like he could hit for power. Defensively, he shows some really good things. If he cleans up all the other stuff and maintains all the other things, that's going to be fun and interesting. Athletic as hell defensively in that infield.
Yeah.
But we got NHL to play, so we'll move on. So
thank God.
But no, for real though, anything else you really want to talk about? I mean, again, offensively, we talked. Sawinski had 2 hits. Heineman had 2 hits. And then the other hit was Cal Mitchell. We had 2 hits over 100 miles an hour. Well, not hits, but 2 balls batted in play over 100 miles an hour. 1 did fall for hit. There's the 5 hits for the Pirates. Only 1 walk. As Mile High 6 over here did mention. Oh, never mind. That's the play. I swear he said something. Oh, yeah. Somebody meant on base. Yeah. The Blue Jays had 9 hits, 7 walks, but only 4 runs. So, again, like I said, this is a 4-0 game, but it probably should have been a lot worse than that.
Yeah, probably. This is shell time.
It's shell time. Let's get out of here. Tomorrow, the Pirates play the Blue Jays once again at 6:35. It's going to be Rowansy Day and Trevor Richards. So, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.